Well, good morning, or guess it's afternoon now, folks. Welcome aboard, Flying with Mike, sitting here in St. Louis, getting ready to fly for Pan Am Virtual. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit here for you. And yes, my voice sounds a little weird. Oh, wrong one. That is why. So we are looking at, first off, the Gateway Lambert International Airport. That was for X-Plane 11. It's not 100% for X-Plane 12, but it's pretty. I mean, visually it is. Some of the features aren't, um, like the Metro Link and a couple of other things that we know here in St. Louis. You outside St. Louis may not know we're actually present here. So let me go ahead and get on down here and show the beastie that we're going to be flying today. And one of them is the Jetways, and I think that's a utility I'm not 100% sure on yet if it's working yet or not. But anyway, we're in a gate that, for those of us that lived in the St. Louis area, 747s did not park. But it is because the creator has made it viable for the current time frame. Hang on, man. Yesterday I was flying the sim and it just would not give me sound. Today it's blowing my ears out. Hopefully not yours. Spaceman634, welcome in. I'm not missing a good-looking Okay, well, guess there have been some phenomenal plays in the Army-Navy game. Don't know. I'm not watching it. Not big on professional or collegiate sports anymore. So, hope you enjoy the game. All right, so as we were saying, the 747s actually would park out here, along with many of the heavies for TWA. Yeah, I said it, that ugly Igor to the Pan Am folks. TWA. They were actually the ones here. Pan Am, I still don't think, and I've been told I'm wrong, I still don't remember them ever here in St. Louis. But who knows? They just might as well have been. All right, so let's get into the beast, and all we got left to do is do a quick pre-flight, and we're pushing back, folks. We're already loaded, well, quite frankly, like I said, we're pretty close to just pushing back. Currently, let's go ahead and start right. Let's do it like we always do. Start with Sim Toolkit. All right, and Sim Toolkit. Our load sheet for today shows 302 people flying with us, 70,640 pounds of payload, and we'll be going out of here with 73,000. Actual load of fuel will be, where are you hiding? I know you're, oh wait, I'm on the wrong page. That's why. 73,690 pounds, so a little more than 300 pounds than what you see there added. Flight level today, 390, Mach 0.85 for our cruise profile. Cost indexes weren't around at this time, folks, so they, well, they didn't program on an FMC. Today we are, but in the real world, for the most part, INS. And I've had way too many problems with them. Not that it's Felis's problem, or I think it was called better for pushback. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been that long ago. I just don't want to mess with them anymore. And from time to time, I will cut out like that, trying to keep you all from getting coughs in your ear. We're trying to get over a cold we picked up. It's winter time. It'll be that way all the time. All right. Here, we'll give you a look at the load sheet here. Oh, dang it. Shut the wrong buttons. All right, load sheet. Here we go. The better one. Gives a little bit of a better breakdown. So we've got 66,000 pounds of people back there, 11 in the upper first class, 37 downstairs, 254 throughout the rest of the plane. So pretty full plane today for JFK. All right, and I know you didn't see that because I just realized I still had the load sheet up. All right, looking at this, we have ATC still here in St. Louis. That's why I'm not on. I am still working through some issues I'm having with the Felis. So I would prefer not being online causing troubles because, well, I may not be listening to them, to be quite honest. So I don't want to be disrespectful to them. So that's why I'm going to remain off of that sim today. Once we break free of, obviously, Kansas City, I could come online. But I'm just, that's not fair to them. So, excuse me 1 second. All right. So, lots of liquids by me, folks, so no worries. We're trying to keep it at bay. All right, so we're ready to close up door one. First thing I want to do, though, is let's go ahead and fill in the good stuff here. We'll be using the load sheet. 528.6 looks good. Flaps 10, I think we're going to run with, but we'll find out here. There we go. Again, flaps 10 is right here. So we'll see what we got once we fill in everything. All right, Lambert runway 3011, or left is 11,000 feet long. Airport elevation 600. Heading, I think it's 303. Yeah, because I love the other side. 1, 2, 3. Don't know the slope. We're dry. Temperature is 7 degrees Celsius. Barometric pressure out there 3014. Finally, our wind is at the airport 50 at 3. Couldn't tell if that was a 5 or a 6. Did it really say a whopping 3 knots? Whew. That's something we haven't seen in a while here in the St. Louis area. All right. Dry, slopes, okay, everything else looks good, making sure. All right, so we're looking at a V1 speed with flaps 10 at 120, 127 rotating, V2 146. All right, sorry about that again, folks. Ugh. All right, so you can see the speed bugs, these white ticks here on top of the airspeed indicator. Well, what we're going to do is click set speed, and they're going to set to all of these speeds and your flap retraction speeds. So you're going to see V1 rotate, V2 will be annotated by the actual speed dial, and then the flap reduction from there on. Flaps 10, flaps 5, flaps 1, flaps up. And then you can see the little, we'll zoom in a little bit here. There you go. And there's the speed bug as of right now. All right. And again, we are looking at stave trim of 3. So we are going to have to set the trim for an extended green bar so that we're good through the checklists. Our initial pitch 18 degrees. Once we clear 10,000, we're going to go to 297. This still kind of cracks me up. 2,000 feet, really? Come on. But it will, I mean, seriously, folks, it will be airborne pretty close to the first 2,000 feet, even though it should take close to 4,000, maybe 5 to get a plane up. And yeah, that's the one thing with Felis I've noticed is a little off on that. But, you know, overall, a great plane. Highly recommended. All right, so let's start those checklists as we prepare people to head up. The other thing I don't like, and this is an X-Plane12, so I can't, Felis, you don't get the blame on this one. This is an X-Plane12 thing. I don't think the lighting is all that great in it. So, it just looks way off to me. That or my glasses are so fogged over, I'm not even seeing how many fingers are in front of my face. So, alright, so get this, we'll set it for 300 for takeoff and then probably 200 for the approach. Alright, that's good. Come up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard the Boeing 747 Classic. We will depart shortly after we have our clearance and the cabin crew is finished with their preparations. For now, I wish you a pleasant flight, and I will be back during the flight with further flight information.
All right. So with that, let's start the checklist so we're ready to go. Now, the interesting thing here, folks, these were supposedly real crew members going back and forth through the checklist like they would in the real plane. That's how it's billed. Hey, I'll buy it. I don't know if that's true or not, but you know, it's a pretty cool feature, plus the flight attendant going through her thing. So, here we go. Now, before we get started, there will be, I can tell you right now, exterior lights will skip. May have to do this again, GPWS. I think that's it, and there may be one on, and that is because the checklist is actually pushing back. Really, you don't want to do it before start until you're ready to push. So that means you may not have the beacon on. Well, before we do that, hang on, let's get better pushback ready to go.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Here we go, folks. Better pushback is
Before
ready.
start checklist, please. Gear lever and lights. Down and check. Brakes. Parked. Start levers. Off. Radios. On and check. Flight control hydraulic power. On. INS. Check and nav. Compasses. Slaved. Window heat. On. Seatbelts and no smoking. On. Emergency lights. Armed. Exterior lights. Hold on.
Okay, this one we're just going to skip. They're waiting for the beacon. We're not turning it on yet.
Flight instruments. Check. Altimeters and clocks. 1, 0, 2, 1. Set and cross-check. Radio INS switches. Radio. Radar and transponder. Standby. Indicator lights. Check. Engine and wing anti-ice. Off. Stall warning. Check. Mach airspeed warning. Check. Auto brakes. Check and off. Body gear steering. Arm. Anti-skid. On. Autopilot and flight director. Check and off. Takeoff warning. Check. Auto flight annunciators. Check. GPWS. Check. Instrument warning. Check. Flight director computer selectors. Check. Instrument source selectors. Normal. Reserve brake valve. Closed. Spoilers. Down. Static selectors. Normal. Oxygen mask and regulator. Check and emergency off. Brake pressure. Check. Stabilizer trim. Check and on. Rudder and aileron trim. Check. Checklist completed.
Okay. Just getting some things that I had forgotten to do. And is this not up? What the heck is going on? I have to click that first. Alright, let's try this again. Trying to get the ACARS going for Pan Am Virtual. We're not getting a flight plan. What the? Why would it let me bid? Why would it? That is weird. It does have me back here, does it not? Sure does. Well, we'll have to figure that out, get our times and all that good stuff, and just keep the good times a-rolling. Where's my pen? All of a sudden now I've lost my pen. Ah, gotta love it. Interesting. All right, I'm not sure what's up with this. It is not pulling any flight plans whatsoever. Huh. Well, we don't have time to do any more troubleshooting than that. So, uh-oh. So there is a problem with ACARS. Okay, so we will do them manually. Okay. And my pen just died. Boy, we're batting 1,000 here, folks. All right, and our fuel level. Quick. All right. Oh, that's good to know. All right, so we're on the manual logbook today. Got it. We'll worry about it in JFK. Let's do the next one while we figure this all out. All right, so time for the first officer.
Battery on. APU panel. Check. Auxiliary power. Check. Engine oil quantity. Check. Fuel quantity. 73369 pounds. Fuel panel. This.
All right, that is one thing I did not check, so hang on a second. Man, these lights are just horrid today. I think that's something to do with the angle of the sun, because I am set up not at the regular time, but I am showing back in like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Mainly, I just did not want to do a nighttime arrival in there. Just hard to see the plane when you fly at night.
Check and set. Pressurization controls. Check and set. Bleed controls. Wait. Check and set. Hydraulic quantity. Check. EPR computer. Wait.
All right, what they're wanting here is this to be set to G8. What it's set at it is not top of descent, folks. It's takeoff dry. They used to have a way of injecting water to help boost thrust. I don't get it, but hey, not for me to get. We're long past those days. So we'll keep it at dry. And you can run this from here.
Circuit breakers. Check. Indicator lights. Check. Electrical panel. Check and set. Air conditioning controls. Wait. Check and set. Fire control and wing overheat panels. Check and set. Equipment cooling. Check. Passenger oxygen. Check. Hydraulic panel. Check and set. Fuel jettison panel. Check. Crew oxygen. On. Oxygen mask and regulator. Check and emergency off. ADPs off. Checklist completed.
All right, so we are now to the point after start. So now we're just waiting for the young ladies in the back to get the door closed, get their part of it done. Hopefully they weren't waiting on us too long, because I have written everything down for my acres and writings. All right, everything looks good. Let's close up. All right, and then at the same time, what I like to do is do a quick walk. Okay, so make sure we're off electric or ground power. We are, so that can be killed.
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
Ground power disconnected.
Okay, and we are now ready to call in the better pushback team.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, last thing, folks. I'm gonna wait till we see him. Yeah, they would literally, folks, if you're not familiar with Lambert, be in this tight on it in a gate in this side with the 747. They have much more. There he is.
Cockpit to ground. Remove the chocks.
Okay, brakes are set.
Cabin crew, arm slides.
Shocks removed. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All doors are closed and armed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your chief flight attendant.
Let me show you
And
one
on
feature
behalf
here
of our
while
captain
we
and
wait.
the entire crew, I wish you welcome on board. Please take your seats.
I can do the same thing with ATC folks, but so just so you knew that, you do have the way to control volume of the controllers. If you get one just who can't pull the microphone far enough away from his mouth to be, you know, because he's over modulated over whatever. So, hang on a second.
To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened.
So connected and bypass pin in service. Release parking brake.
Okay, we'll do that momentarily.
You will find it in the seat pockets in front of you. If you do not wish to perform the functions described in the event of an emergency, please ask the flight attendant to receive you.
Alright, well,
There are several
I can confirm
emergency
there
exits
to
on this
Mr.
aircraft.
Spaceman, we
Please take
are
a
having
moment to
problems
locate
with
the
ACARS.
nearest exit.
That's
The
okay.
exit may be behind
Here
you.
we go. Brakes
When you need to
off.
evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will
Get
guide
over
you
here so I can
towards the
start
exit.
the
Doors
timer.
can be opened by moving the handle in the direction of the arrow. Each door is equipped with an
Parking
inflatable
brake
slide,
released.
which may also
Sorry
be
for
detached
that. And you may start engines.
in the
Okay,
event of a
we're gonna get
decompression,
right
an
after
oxygen
it.
mask will appear
Ready to start the
automatically
engines.
in front of you. To start the
Ready
flight
for engine
procedure,
start.
pull the mask towards you. Place the mask over nose and mouth. Adjust the headband and breathe normally. Although the bag
Gonna
is not
start up
inflated,
number 3
oxygen is
first.
flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with children or someone who requires assistance, please
Try to do.
secure your own mask first
Starting engine 3.
before helping others.
Start valve open.
Keep your mask
Okay,
on
we're just
until
gonna
a crew
try
member
with system
advises
2
you to
today.
remove it. In the event of an emergency,
Nope.
please assume the brace position.
Hang
Lean
on.
forward with your
Make sure
hands
the packs
on
are
top of your head and your elbows against your thighs. Ensure your feet are firmly placed. A life vest is located under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed, open the plastic bag and remove the vest. Slip your head through the opening, fasten the strap around your back, and attach it in front. We are at the door opening. Inflate the
20%
valve
and 2.
by pulling the red tab.
Fuel on.
More air can be added by blowing into the tube.
Light up.
Using the whistle and light
Starter off.
attention. All electronic devices must be set in airplane
Everything's
mode.
dialing up,
Flight.
as you can see.
Until further notice upon arrival.
Engine stabilized.
Let me remind you that
Alright,
this
that's
is
our
a
cue for
smoke-free
number
flight.
4.
Also the use of electronic cigarettes. Tampering with smoke detectors
Starting engine
located
4.
in the left rear is
Start valve
prohibited
open.
by law. You will find this and all the other safety procedures in the Safety on Board card, located in the seat pocket in front of you. We advise you to read the card before
This
takeoff.
is, and I will give
If you have any
Felis all the
questions,
credit,
please don't hesitate
one of the
to
best
ask
starting
one of our crew
aircraft
members.
in X-Plane12 that seems to be not racing up like others. Flightplanner
20%
likes
and
to
2.
do that, and a couple of others. So, good job there to
Fuel
Felis
on.
on that.
Light up.
Starter off.
I mean, flight factor's 7.6 up. Now, I haven't updated for the latest, greatest updates,
Engine
but,
stabilized.
wow, it's
Operation
like
complete.
blink
Full
your
parking
eyes
brake.
and they're already past pushing 40. And that's not how it happens in the real world. Did he tell me I can set my parking brake? Looks looks like it.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Now this is another feature. That APU back
Starting
there,
engine 1. Starting engine 1.
strong enough
Start
to do
valve open.
both engines.
Starting engine 2.
Starter valve open.
Just takes a little bit of extra time, but we can get them both turning quicker so we can get going. First, he'll say it twice. First one's engine.
20% and 2.
Fuel on.
20% and 2.
Light up.
Starter off.
Fuel on. Light up.
Starter off.
All right,
Engine stabilized.
get those guys pulling away.
Engine stabilized.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, both engines appear to be stable. Let's look for the pin first. Perfect. Okay, and he just got the signals. All right, so let's, first thing I want to do is get over here to the checklist. And of all the things, I forgot the beacon. I thought something looked weird up there. We'll go ahead, we'll keep that light off. Brake, start, anti-ice. I think we'll go ahead and run with some engine anti-ice. Alright, go ahead and get our pitot heat on. Over here, we'll get our engines on. Alright, pack valves open, warning lights out, hydraulic panel. Gotta get that checked. It's set, 80 it's auto. And alright, and then let me get up front here. Okay, we'll just and I always say it, folks, that gauge right here, I really love. I wish it was on the FJS 727. Very informative. Lets you know your ailerons, which are missing on their version of this, which is an actual version on the planes. It's just, I wish it had that extra axis on it. All right, and we'll set trim to 3. After I get that green bar extended. Okay, that's pretty close. All right, let's do it.
After start checklist.
Flight recorder.
On.
Start switches.
Off.
Beacon lights.
On.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Engine anti-ice.
On.
Electrical panel. Check. Pack valves. Open. Dual warning lights. Out. Hydraulic panel. Check. Flight recorder. On. After start checklist completed.
Flaps 10.
Okay, here we go with the final check. We can do taxi and fuel heat. Okay,
Taxi checklist, please.
here we go. We're going to taxi 30
Flaps 10.
left.
Flaps 10.
Takeoff data. EPR and airspeed bugs.
Set and cross-check. Parking brake released.
Stabilizer trim.
Set in green band.
Probe heat.
On.
Flight controls.
That's weird. We just checked them.
Check.
Yaw dampers.
Check.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness.
Check.
APU. Let's see.
Cabin ready.
And off we go.
Off. Fuel heat. Off. Totalizer and gross weight. Set. Flight engineer and pilot panels. Check. Aft cargo heat.
All right, folks. Sorry about
Normal.
that.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness. Check.
Here we go.
Taxi checklist completed.
All right, looks like a lovely day to head to JFK out of Lambert. So hope y'all enjoy the ride. Just about to the runway and headed out of here. Final checks.
Before takeoff checklist.
Icing considerations.
Check.
Cabin alert.
Check.
Transponder.
Check.
Ignition.
Flight start.
Body gear steering.
Damn.
Okay, we'll get that on the road.
Back valves.
Not yet.
Wait.
Roger. Clipper 10. Clear for takeoff. Runway 30. Fly run heading. Okay, runway heading. Back valves, let's go ahead and close those up.
Closed. This.
One pop open. Good.
Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Fuel boost pumps. On. Cross feed valves. Check. Before takeoff checklist completed.
All right, folks, we'll be taking off. Basically, what we're going to do, there is a point on here when you throttle up where it'll say stabilize and then take off power or something like that. I haven't got to stabilize at all since taking it over to X-Plane12. So I don't know if that's something with the new build on it for X-Plane12 or what. But, hey, we still do it. We'll still get her in the air, folks, and it'll hopefully look pretty. Hopefully. Alright, lining up 30 left with clearance for takeoff from clearance. Okay, lights. Obviously tell we can use the lights. Okay. Set. And timer.
Cross set.
80 knots.
Like I said, folks, says 2,000 feet. Actually, this one seems to be doing pretty good. Oh, no, it isn't. Here we go.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
Look at that. We're already.
Flaps 5.
Okay, let's get back on course. This so it's a little easier. And let's go ahead and try our course set.
Now's the level off.
Okay, we're doing our best here. Let's get some good Lord. We got
Flaps
flaps
1.
300.
Flaps up.
Like I said, we tried to make it look pretty, folks. It's just not working.
10,000.
Lights off. Alright, well, we'll let it control it this way. I'm just going to go ahead and correct the Lila. Okay, great. And now you see why, folks. With this plane right now, I'm staying off ATC. I am so botched this departure that, yeah, it is what it is. I know, but let's go ahead and at least get on. Seriously, we had it. Alright, let's do it this way. Wait till I execute. There we go. Now we're starting in the right direction. Just flip that over. That way we don't have to. There we go. Alright. Flaps are up. There being the recirculating and packs. Climbing. About to hit 18,000. Folks. Oh, I still have a lot of troubles with my departures with this plane. And I do apologize. We're working on it. Because I do have a lot of flying with it coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully by the end of that, we'll be in a whole better place. All right. Well, I know where I screwed up a couple things. I let it level off and speed up too fast, and well, got the flat. A whole lot of things. But anyway, folks, we're on our way. I'll blame it on my cold. That's what caused it. No, it's my own. It's been a long time. A lot of rust still coming off these wings, figuratively and literally. So I hope you enjoyed. It'll be on YouTube here soon, folks, in a couple of days. And you all will be able to sit back and laugh at me. Just kidding. All right, folks, let's roll some music here and let you all enjoy. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. Wow. I did not expect it to toggle through all my scenes. Alright folks, I'm going to just run one of the checklists here just because. Sure, fuel valves, that's the one I forgot. Always forget something. Alright, some fuel. Get leveled. Alright, let's do it. We'll just start it.
After takeoff checklist.
Gear lever. Off. Landing and logo lights.
Damn.
Oh, I know what I forgot.
Off. Ignition. Check. Seatbelts and no smoking sign. Check. Back valves. Open. Fuel leak. Auto. After takeoff checklist completed.
Only 25,000 feet, folks. Hey, right on cue. We'll get it, folks. And like I said, folks, you want a challenging plane? Something with the takeoff doesn't seem right with it. Just 2,000 to 2,500 feet with a 747 never sounds right, especially a 2. But, you know, hey, strange things, and I'm usually wrong, so let's take that to the bank. Alright, folks, so we are going to keep pushing on up through 26, headed for 39,000 today. Headed to JFK, we are not on VATSIM. And you're seeing why I'm still trying to get reacclimated, reaccustomed. There's a lot of things, folks. Remember, I love showing it. It's a 3-man crew, although I poke so much fun at the captain and first officer, left and right in front there. There's a lot going on this plane in a takeoff, folks. This guy's working his butt off, monitoring and flipping and turning packs and off and on and what have you throughout the whole takeoff. These two guys are doing their job in it, trying to get it into the air, and you got that to help you out. It's one person here, folks. It's a good, challenging plane. Throw in the INS if you want to play with it. You've got a challenge on your hands. I love a challenge, but the FMS just, or the INS really didn't sit well with me the last time I flew. Mind you, a long time ago, so that is why, and that's why I don't use it. I know a lot of people have, why don't you just use it, man, it's so easy. Folks, it is, but it isn't. If you don't do all the checks to bring it up and do all the checks to bring it down, then you have problems. That's what happened to me. Got in a hurry, something came up, we needed to leave. I shut it all down. Then it screwed up from then on. So, and that was not Felis's problem. That was way back in the century of flight. So a lot of, I know a lot of generation back, but I just don't want that headache. So that's why I don't. We'll call it long story short. So, we are over Jinxie right now, headed for Bible Grove. I know we did not do any kind of a departure brief, folks. I'm glad to see I'm airborne. 29 in 1 hour. That makes me real happy. Welcome aboard our new playlist, if you will, for YouTube. It's a new series. I'm trying to push myself to get these planes airborne in a much faster way, and that leads to also the problems we had on takeoff, and I'm working myself. So, thank you for being a part, and enjoy heading over to JFK. Again, my apologies for no traffic being not on VATSIM. Let me get a few more flights under my wings with this plane before I bring it back to Vatsu. So enjoy the music, folks. I am going to rest my voice here as we cruise on. Oh, you know what I forgot to turn on? See, there I go again, folks. Forgot something else. Oh, gosh dang it. All right, so we are let's see, getting through 32,000. We're at Mach 8.3. But again, I want to welcome y'all aboard. Hang on a second, folks. My voice is teetering pretty hard here. Hang on. All right, go a little further here as we get up to cruise. Okay, we need to go to Mach climb. All right, so we've got it now set to climb, maintaining our Mach number of 0.85 up to the 39,000 foot mark. Oh, I don't know how performers do this. We went to a phenomenal concert last night, folks, and I think one of them was under the weather, but man, she did a phenomenal job. They all did. Just made me feel bad not being on air yesterday. So. We're still getting a good 1,000 foot a minute climb out of it. Yes, you're gonna see. Hang on. Matter of fact, you're gonna see it now. We did a flight yesterday completely off stream, offline, and anyway, completely offline, no sound. I don't know what. Well, I think I know what I did now. But oh, that was just nerve-wracking. The whole trip, trying to figure out what did I do wrong. Come to find out, I think I put the headphones on after starting X-Plane on my system. Can't speak for your alls out there. If I do that, I lose sound, part of my sounds, and that's what happens, especially with OBS. So, yeah. All right, so we're about to reach top climb here, folks. folks, in about 2,000 feet. After that, I will probably be quiet for a little bit here. You're all going, hallelujah. No. But anyway, we'll get everything set here. We'll try to get you up to speed. Some of the stuff I know what I did wrong on the takeoff. It's a lot. It's a handful, folks, when you're in a 3-man crew aircraft, especially this one, trying to get it airborne, get everything cleaned up. So now, as we reach 38,000, if you notice something, you haven't, I'll kind of zoom in. Hang on, let me click there so we don't watch all the scenes again. Okay, you notice my airspeed tick here is at 300, yet the airspeed's down here. It has nothing to do with it right now. We are completely controlled by the auto throttle system here and the frats, which is down below. We'll get to that in a minute. So it doesn't matter what I set it to. Now, what I will be doing here shortly is getting it much closer. So that when I do turn it into Mach speed, which I might just do right now. Just kind of zoom so I can read. Okay, hang on a second. But I'm working from, you could pull that same gauge of the EPRL here. Kind of waiting till we get much closer. Hey, it's trying. They have to go to continuous power. Okay, now we're under it, or thereabouts. Used to do a real good job of holding it. Now it's kind of all over the place. And I know, folks, please rip me. Rip me that I'm doing things wrong. So I do them right next time. Hawker, welcome in. Thank you for the kind words, sir. Thank you. Hawker 125 is one of our moderators, folks. And now let me just clue you in a little bit about this man. He is actually got a real, I said the word, real Hawker 125-400 in his garage. Granted, minus the wings, minus the engines. And he's turning it into a flight sim, folks. So, follow him, folks. Follow him. He is going to begin overhaul here shortly, where he is going to basically tear things out, put things in, and basically try to make it look, hang on a second, like a real Hawker did back in the days. Maybe Falcon. I don't know what it'll end up. For all we know, it might even end up like a Concorde, for all we know. You know, that's the fun thing about Sim. It can look like a Hawker on the outside, but on the inside, you can fool them and say, ha, it's a Cessna. It's a 152. So, anyway, folks, definitely follow the man. It'll be interesting over time here as he gets this thing up and going. Few more gauges I think he has to get, and probably 2 or 3 mainframe computers from the Cray Corporation. Put them in the garage next to it so that it'll all work. So anyway, we are leveled off at 39,000, Mach 8.5, and well, what are we showing on an ETE? Let's see. Hour and 7 minutes. So I'm going to rest the voice, folks. Let the music do the rest here, and I'll see you in about 20 or so minutes, and we'll try to do a brief Lindy, I think it's called, arrival. Yeah, Lindy 8 arrival into JFK. You'd think I'd never forget that as many times as I've shot approaches on the sim into JFK. So enjoy, folks, as we cruise along. Alright folks, back with you. Alright, so JFK is reporting 0607, so we'll plan the 4s, and I believe 4 right is what I remember seeing. If you'd like to, folks, when you're out flying, and you come across an airport and we're about to brief it, you'll see what I, well, let's, you know what, let's just show it. Hang on. Alright, so here is our current flight path. Go ahead and get rid of the gateway because we're off of it here in just a few minutes. Then we'll continue on the J80 out here to air, and then we'll get on I forget what the jetway is. Hang on. And then we'll be direct to PSB. Did not mean to do that. And then onto the J70 of 49 to Maggio, and then 70 to LVZ, which is the Lindy start. Alright, gives you kind of an idea of what's ahead of us. Alright, so hang on a second here. Now, I'm still getting used to Charts 8. I know some of you are like, oh, it's a piece of cake, man. Come on, Cap, get it right. Things don't come sometimes easy to me. I'm trying to work up this new thing to my website or to my stream, and I can't seem to get it to where I can show who's followed the last couple, as well as subscribed and tipped and all of that good stuff. But I can't seem to put 2 and 2 together. So we'll work on that. Hopefully by the new year it'll be up and running. I watched one of my favorite LJ out there. You guys just go so doggone fast. I'm hitting reverse more than I am forward. So, and I know somebody's like, I'm still at the first done. So, anyway, that's on me. But anyway, real quick, it just took me, folks, what? We've had this for a month now, 2 months. How do I get rid of these like we used to be able to real easily down here? It's right here. Duh. And then I could go boink, boink. Oh, it's not going to do it. Well, that's better than what it was before. I know I got to remove it up here, so. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead. That makes it easier. There. All right. Reason being, we're going to have another chart down here. Bear with me. It's the only way I know how to do things, folks. So keeping it as simple as possible is always, for me, the best move. But anyway, where I was going with all of this before all of the different rabbit holes that opened up on this conversation, if you go to this website, digital ATIS information, then select the airport. As it says there in the text that just came up, you'll be able to get the ATIS real world. Okay, real world, folks. To give you a ballpark what to expect when you get there. And JFK is a good one to be prepared before getting anywhere nearby. I can tell you right now they're running the 4s, and I think it's 4 right. So, I'm going to find out here real quick. You could do it also. You can also get lucky if you're on SimAware. You might get, with the A underneath them. Guess what? JFK's not up right now. So, we have to rely on the real world. So again, go to that website, select a facility, in our case, JFK. Currently, Oscar is the current information, wind 080 to 11. This is as of 22:51. One thing missing on this page is a clock. That's the only downside to it, folks. That was about an hour old. So, looking at Sky Vector, the current weather in JFK is 070 to 11. Okay, so we know the winds are kind of variable. Got that. And pretty brisk. 10 miles broken, 2,800 feet. Cool. A little bit of some instrument flight needed. 10 miles of visibility. You know, we can't have it all, folks. Okay, approach in use. This is where you get the ILS to runway 4 right, ILS to 4 left. So they are approaching both. Now, the last time I looked on SimAware before takeoff, it was 4 right for landing, 4 left for takeoff. Now, if you read on, you would see after aircraft filed over RBV, Dixie, R, blah, 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 expect runway 31 left for departure. Okay. Don't know what it's going to do for the others. But anyway, you get the drift here, folks. You can get a lot of information right here when you see. Let's pull up the chart. Oh, I thought I had it up. My bad. Let's go here. We'll have it on the Lindy. The ATIS. Okay, there you go, folks. The ATIS. When you see that, go to that website. You'll be able to. Okay. So we're going to go to LaGuardia. Now we got to somehow wiggle our way around to this way. Yeah. You're not going to come to LaGuardia and turn due south. You're going to go probably, you probably will be able to maintain 135, get out about 5-10 miles from JFK, turn southwest, then hook around to come in. All right. But anyway, for us, we're going to start this off at Wilkes-Barre, 1116, heading of 124. We're going to have already been on that on the J70, just continuing it on down to Stillwater. Okay, so over LVZ down here, you'll see, take the 124 radio to Geno, to STW305, to Hardy. Over the Stillwater VOR will come out on the 109 to Lindy, to LaGuardia, vectors from there on after LaGuardia. Or, as one streamer I used to listen to a lot, La Garbage Can. Don't know, never been there. Okay, so transitions 18,000, we need DME. This, folks, is VOR to VOR. And I have flown this VOR to VOR before. So it's not hard. It's pretty simple. Gets a little tricky here when you have ATC because you don't know what to expect. But that's our inbound course. Here's the airport. Stand by while I pull up our chart that I had earlier. I said 4. Oh, I'm on St. Louis. Dang it. Stand by, folks. Let me try that again. 4 right. All right, we'll save that. Get rid of that. Let's zoom in. All right, cross top. There it is. D8 again, folks. There's our approach, tower, ground. All right, for the approach, we'll need 109.5 for the localizer. Be dialed in course 044. EB 6 miles out is our must be at altitude of 1,500 feet on the glide slope. Yeah, with only 1,500 feet, that's a smart thing. ILS, our decision altitude, MSL 212. Height, that's AGL 200. So MSL, for those kind of working their way through the flight sim for the first time, or real world aviation, this you can't apply in the real world. This is MSL, folks, your altimeter. Your radar altimeter, which by the way, most little airplanes do not have. This is AGL, height above the ground. So we set this, and I'm going to set it just shy of 200. It's going to make that warble sound when it gets to the minimums. So you have both visual and audible. You don't get that in the real world. All you get is minimums. Approaching minimums. That's it. So little airplanes, you're on your own. You're going to be pretty much working off 212. So you're going to kind of, as they call, extrapolate that data to here. And it's not, you know, you get like I just did, in between this tick and 2. Okay. Next up, altitude of the airport, 13 feet above the sea level. Touchdowns, 12 feet. There's our missed approach. You can see it depicted on there. Again, bear with me, folks. Trying to keep the voice going, and it's struggling. 18,000 transition requirements. One thing to keep in mind, folks, visual glide slope indication versus ILS glide slope. So that means this is your ILS glide slope. Okay, this may not coincide with the PAPIs when you get to that point you're looking for your visual. Of course, transition to the PAPIs at that point. Alright, and again, visually, we're going to be coming off the garbage can, as the one streamer would call it. Fly off here, come down this way basically, and we'll intercept in Seattle, 11 miles out. According to this, at or around 2,000 feet is where I'll be. 1,500 feet here at EB on glide slope. Not on Dasher or Donner, on glide slope. Alright, so this chart right here, folks, is probably my favorite. What it tells you is a lot of stuff. I'm guesstimating 150 is our approach speed. Alright, so that means about 800. Again, we're extrapolating between the numbers we have for 140 and 160. So I'm guessing around 800. And this is where it gets fun. We'll call it a 147-ish, somewhere in there. Minute and 47 seconds. Okay, that's how long it'll take from EB to our clock hits it. We go around if we don't see the one. Okay, we have a full ALSIF advanced lighting, so never mind, I ain't even gonna try it. ALS 2 PAPIs will be on our left. And finally, the minimums. We already knew this from above. However, now we introduce visibility. So we're allowed 200.5 mile or an RVR of 18. About the same. Now, as you can see, there's a little number 1. If the touchdown zone is out, we can, with a flight director, autopilot, or HUD, decision altitude, we can descend to decision altitude with an RVR of 18. There you go, folks. That is our approach brief. Last thing we want to get into is over here on the EFB. We're going to do this shortly before landing too. Hang on a second. Just so you know, 4 right is 8,400 feet. Alright, so we are on landing. So we'll do this. 80, you know what? We should be fine. Feet airport elevation will be a goose egg. Runway heading 24, was it? Yes. And we're dry. Temperature at JFK, a balmy 2. And finally, the right now pressure is 3039. With 070 at 11. Alright, with this information here, folks, we're coming in flaps 30. Here's our sim data, or aircraft data that we loaded from the sheet into it. Runway, dry, 2, and all of that. So, we're looking at a reference speed for landing of 132. My apologies for sniffling in your ears there like that, folks. My bad, sorry. 132. Plan on 140. I like V2 plus 10. Always like plus 10. Makes things so easy in the mind to work. And so we can use 5,000 feet of runway, 6,000 feet of runway, or max it out at 4,000. I am gonna shoot for a medium, so we'll set that up top. Alright, and then for now, let's set the bugs. And they are now set for landing. Our flap speeds, everything. Alright. We are about to cross air. Frequency for that. 117, 10. 16 miles to go. And I am going to go ahead and put in PSB mid-state. I'm sorry, Phillipsburg 1550. Alright. We should be coming off on a heading of 073. Now, this will not change because it's on INS. But if we're over here, we'll be able to intercept and track to Phillipsburg. And then up here to, I believe it's Maggio, and then we get on the next one where we'll intercept Wilkes-Barre and head straight down and get ready for the approach. One thing we did not discuss, altitudes. Geno is 23,000. Lendi is 19,000. And by the way, folks, from Lendi to LaGuardia is 15-ish miles. Yeah, and then from there, it's actually about 10, 20 miles to JFK. Got a lot of altitude to lose, so that's partly why they'll route us out, away from the city, down and around to come in, along with everyone else coming in. Okay, there's the turn. Oh, so I am going to stay quiet here until we get a little bit closer on top of descent. And one last thing, folks, top of descent right now stands at 192, but I don't think we have anything. No, we do not. But real quick, let's put it in there, JFK. Lindy 8. 4 right, vectors, execute, legs. Just going to move that up. Execute. LJ, are you keeping up? 'Cause I'm going as fast as you do. Sorry, folks. Couldn't resist. I really could not keep up with that. All right. Anyway, folks. All right, so everything's in there. Discontinuity's fine for now. All right. PSB 75. Took 78 to get on. So we're headed that way. 122, 122. So we're looking good. 18 off Bel Air. Let's go ahead. I'm going to set Lindy right now up here. Oh, one thing I did not look at. Thank you. All right. We said Geno 23,000. Okay, it's at 22.7, so that's good. Lindy is not correct. 19,000. Of course it's going to say that. Because we got to go out, come down, and that's where we'll keep the discontinuity. So, everything's good. 200 miles out. Let me go. Oh, I might have adjusted something. Did 2, 3. There we go. Now we're back. As you can see right there, 182. Okay. Let's take a short break here, folks. We'll be back here at top of descent. 23,000. We'll set in the box here, up here. Everything's set in that box. So yeah, we'll see you here shortly. What's this, Hawk? You don't have X-Plane12 anymore? Wow, that's daring. Yeah, I mean, you're correct on that. Yeah, everything is going to 12. Man, because I put together what I plan to fly at least out to Christmas, and I haven't put it published yet. But there's a possibility there could be some X-Plane11 stuff going on. So yeah, good for you. Well, you need to put this plane in your arsenal and start getting up to speed with something truly phenomenal to fly the Queen. I think if Spaceman is still out there, he would attest. That's the plane you need to be flying. Oh, I see. Hang on. Let's go ahead and start draining reserves into the mid-tanks. All right, folks, I'll be back with you as we get a little closer to Navigraph and save the load. All right, folks, as promised, we're approaching top of descent right now, about 39 miles out. We're putting the final preps in so that we can make this hopefully go a lot. Usually my approaches, let me do this again, knocking on the noggin up top here. Usually setting my approaches up look better than my takeoffs with this plane primarily. Any others that I fly, I usually won't. Now, granted, I do want to stress when I do start using some of the default X-Plane12 aircraft, Citation, A330, C90, things can get a little squirrely because I'm still getting used to those aircraft as well. Especially, I have not even dabbled yet fully into the Citation that they have. All right, so we are approaching our turn for Lindy. We got about I don't know how many miles. Doggone it. Well, one thing we can do here, folks, I can switch it to where we fly it ourselves. I'd prefer not doing that only because I'm really trying to get procedures down here a lot better because they stunk on takeoff. So not gonna hold back at all from you folks. They stunk. All right, so looking at my next week's schedule now, thinking of changes possible. So anyway, we are approaching Juliet 70, I believe it is. Let me find out. It is. So once we cross that, or get onto that, we're on the arrival once we cross Wilkes-Barre. So folks, get ready. We're about to start the descent here. I think we're about 20 miles out. 18 to be exact. So we'll be pulling the power back. I'm going to try to maintain 290 once we reach it. So we'll slow up to like Mach 8.3, 0.83. Bring her down at that. I can see we're already been hovering at that for quite a while. And then we'll set 290 for our, where we'll take over and bring it down roughly 2,000 feet a minute. All right, so here we go. One of the procedures I missed, sorry folks, it's the way this one was set. We're going to set that. That should set us, not yet. Let's go ahead and start our descent. Okay, so we're going into VS. Now, can't get this dial going the right way. One thing I do like, once I get it rolling the right way, it tells you on the side. The 727 doesn't have that. So I really do like that feature. I'm going to bring this on up to 290. Oh, the airplane isn't going to travel like that, folks. One more. There we go. Okay, and we are coming down at about 2,000 feet a minute. We're about to make the turn towards Wilkes-Barre, and we're descending. Remember, Geno is 23,000. Okay, another thing I forgot, didn't turn the seatbelt signs off. Oh well. Okay, here's the turn to Leno, or to Wilkes-Barre. Gary, welcome aboard. Vulcan crashed to desktop. I ended up having to update, check the log. I had to update my video driver from wherever it was at to something like, well, I'm on Nvidia, to something like 5.3. Don't even get me lying. That's maybe even close. But welcome in, Rob. Appreciate you. You did that. Uh-oh. Don't know what else I did then. All right, we at 290 yet. Pretty close. Now, the easiest way to know, folks, the little circle here will be right in the middle. And what I'll do is go down on the and set this to 200 as soon as we... Okay, we're through 34, so we're getting close to where Actually, I'm going to take it up to 300. So, there we go. But welcome in. Hope we can have you enjoy the stream. All right, we're just about 300, so let's just click up here. EPRL speed. Now this will control the speed, not the descent angle, the actual speed by throttles. So here we go, folks, coming down. All right, so let's do a couple things here real quick. Descend, seatbelts, anti-ice, exterior lights, auto brakes. We'll get the auto brakes at least set up to medium. Okay, anti-ices are all on. Okay, not a lot we can do yet, folks. Computers are set, spoilers. Well, as you can tell, it's a combination. I wish they'd... And it's probably something to do with too much coding, but they could have separated these up to an initial descent, then the approach, because most of this checklist, we're below 10,000 feet. Keep the fuel. Everything looks good. You know, let me just move this to GA now. Shouldn't have any rain out here. Nope. All right, JFK. All right, still the same weather. Okay. So, again, folks, hope you enjoy. The initial fix for the Lindy 8 over Wilkes-Barre is 14 miles off the nose. And to everyone joining in, welcome aboard to Flying with Mike. We are in the Felis 747-200. You can find that aircraft if you're interested in aircraft like this at that link there over at the X-Plane store. This is X-Plane12, and this is the release candidate 3. Of course, someone's going to say, oh, 4's out. Oh, that happened to be, was it Honolulu stuff I did last stream or the stream prior to that? And I'm like, really? In the middle of it, it updated. Didn't do anything to the flight, thankfully, but... All right. But yeah, love when they do that. All right, so we're crossing Wilkes-Barre right now. Geno is 17 miles off the nose, so we'll probably be leveling off, and then we'll start down for 19. Again, the basic plan is from here we go to a VOR Stillwater. Matter of fact, let me dial that in here. A Stillwater is 1096. And then from Stillwater to Lindy, Lindy to LaGuardia. Then we're going to go out east. Then we'll drop, as we're descending down, then we'll drop south and then hook in for the 4 right approach. Okay, so we got about 34 miles. Basically, it's 23, folks, on the dial here, the second one, DME.
To level off.
Yeah, I had a feeling we might level off. As you can see from, hang on a second. All right, we basically have a broken layer at 2,800 feet to contend with when we get into the JFK area, New York City area. Other than that, folks, pretty smooth flight. 070 to 11, so a bit of a crosswind. We'll see how that translates out as we get established. All right, there's 23. All right, and we're going to be dropping to 19, but we don't need to right away. What's our minimums out here? 18,000, so come off Stillwater, we'll then start our descent to 19,000. Okay, let's see what our fuel situation is. Plenty of fuel. We needed, in order to make Baltimore 30,000 pounds of fuel. I think we're going to make that with no trouble. All right. All right, we're about to come over Stillwater where we'll make our next turn. That'll be on an outbound of 109. Stillwater's here. Wilkes-Barre is here. Now, granted, we're still on the FMS, which is, call it the INS of this, for me, for this plane. Now, it comes with the INS. It also comes with the LTN, 2 different types of... Hang on a second, stand by. nothing funner than on a descent and the smoke alarms go off in the house. Oh well. Okay, so Stillwater in 3 miles. No wait, 5 miles, sorry. Misread the gauge. 109. So true there, Hawker, so true. He sent me a message, folks, saying it's never a good thing when a firefighter's house smoke detectors start sounding. It's never a good thing. All right, so here we go, 109. Okay, we'll put this on 109. And yeah, folks, we will be off the FMC here shortly. Let me see. We're tracking up to Lindy now. I also need to get that descent started. Good thing is it's not far. All right, so there we go, folks. Got the descent started. We'll level off at 19 so we can make the restriction at Lindy. And I am going to go ahead and turn in LaGuardia 1310. Dial in 135. All right, we are now set up. I am going to All right, we are going to go ahead and switch off. Be on heading pretty good. Actually, pardon me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Level on.
All right, needed to make a quick run to the lab real quick. All right, now. Well, there they go again. Okay, and okay, 1310. Level at 19, so let me do that one more time. All right, here comes our turn. Okay, now we got a 14-minute run. Okay, getting everything set up here once we're on course. Five inbound. Okay, there we go. Let's start our descent. All right. Yeah, this smoke detector issue in this house is really getting out of hand. But anyway, as you could hear maybe in the background. Anyway, let's get this on the ground and then we try to figure this all out. All right, so 3039 needs to go into the, I think it was 3039. Double check. Now 3040. The latest winds 080. Now it's 080 at 3. Go figure. All right, and ceiling is now a scattered deck at 2500. Cool. All right, where are we at? 14,000. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start setting up. Get on to heading. I'm going to go ahead and start setting up for 10,000 feet. And as soon as we cross LaGuardia, you know what? I am just going to head on this heading. We have crossed LaGuardia. All right. So I am going to first keep that up there, but let's set a 4 right of 44. See how this thing works, folks. Very quickly. You're in motion here with this big bird. This kind of looks like a broken deck to me, but you know, hey. All right. Yeah, we're gonna try that here, Hawk, as soon as I get on the ground. Appreciate it though. Good tip for y'all out there. You know, if your smoke detectors are being stupid like ours, blowing them out with a can of air is a good thing. All right. We're almost to 250, so I don't have to pop speed brakes. That's good. And let's go ahead. I am going to go ahead and turn those lights on now.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for landing. Please fasten your seatbelts. Adjust the back of your seat in the upright position and stow your tray table. Stow your luggage in the luggage bin or under the seat in front of you. Our cabin crew will make a final check and pick up any remaining cups and glasses.
All right, let's go off JFK 15-9. 8 miles out. About 10 or 15, we'll start making our... There's 10,000. We'll go ahead and hit the speed brakes just a little. We're going to basically turn reciprocal, which would be 224. Track that down, and then come in at about 11 miles from our localizer. All right, 224.
Cabin ready.
Okay. All right, there we go. 240. Well, it built up quickly, didn't it? All right. We're right at 250. We're hitting altitude select. You had that.
1,000 level off.
Oh, we're at 6,000. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do now is slow us to 220. Better yet, flaps 1 speed while we're level. All right, let's do some checklist items real quick. Okay, 'cause I think I've got everything but the spoilers. Let's see if we can't get those. Okay, we're making the turn down to 2,000. $500.
Flaps 1. Approach checklist, please.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking signs.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Check.
Outer brakes.
Medium.
Radio INS switches.
Radio.
Flight director computer selectors.
Check.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Spoilers.
Hold on. Armed.
Altimeters.
1029. Set and cross-check.
Landing data, EPR and airspeed bugs.
Set and cross-check.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness. Check. Fuel panel. Check. Fuel heat. Let's see. Off. EPR computer. Go around. Cabin altitude. Check. Circuit breakers. Check. Approach checklist completed.
All right, folks, we are turning in for the ILS. I think I turned too tight.
Flaps 5. Flaps 10.
Okay, everything is set. All right, so we are about to bring this around, folks. Now's a good time if you want to put in a prediction, folks. Just the exclamation mark word predict space and a negative number. Love to see who gets the closest. Hopefully I do a good job here. Sad thing is, I don't have. Hang on. I know why things aren't coming together yet.
Localizer alive.
Let's try. Oh, I think I have a runway in. Whoa, they seem pretty close. Well, that could be about right. All right, there's the runway.
Flaps 20.
7 miles.
Gear down. Flaps 25.
Airplane's mine.
Glide slope. 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 Glide slope.
You know what? This will go around.
Gear up. Flaps 10.
I think I may plan for get the autopilot back on.
Gears up. Flaps up.
All right, let's try this again. All right, let's get this bird. Let's try that again. I'm going to go out just a little bit here, folks, and try this again. That just was not acceptable, especially when she bellied up like that. Or ballooned, whatever you want to call it. Whoa, we don't have... What's going on with the auto throttle? That was weird. I think I'm controlling the auto throttle. Okay, we're at about 12 miles. Let's get out about 15 this time. And we'll drop down to 2,000. Okay, now I'm going to turn to 2. Okay.
Flaps 1.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set up our intercept. Try this again.
Flaps 5. Flaps 10.
Wow. This thing is like all over the place. All right, we should get a better intercept this time. I think I'm just going to control it. Okay, coming on the localizer. Glide slope. Okay, we're 12 miles out. And take 2. Let's try this again. Okay, on localizer. No runways in sight yet. Okay, we would be descending normally to Ebby at 1500, but I'm going to let the glide slope do that. And I've got the run in sight. 9 miles. Ebby 6, that's went up.
Gear down. Gears down, green light. Flaps 20. Flaps 25. Landing checklist.
Gear.
Down and check.
Down and check. Flaps.
Flaps 25.
Flaps 25.
Flaps 30.
Ignition.
Flight start.
Anti-skid.
Check.
Altimeters. 1, 0, 2, 9. Set and cross-check. Landing checklist completed.
Okay, biplane again. We're gonna give it a try, folks. Flaps full, spoilers set, brakes set. Pilot shaky but set. Alright, so here we go. Trying to maintain about 150. Get a little tossed about again.
Gentlemen, we'll be landing shortly. Please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened.
Alright folks, runway in sight again. Exclamation mark, the word predict, and a space and a negative number will get you. See if you're close to what I actually can do here. It's like right down to
Glide slope. 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 Glide
landing.
slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Sink rate. Pull up. Pull up.
50,
Pull up.
40, 30, 20, 10. Check reverse.
You all know what I did? I don't.
Auto brake off. Out, off, reverse. 60 knots.
Alright folks, we are on the ground. Take 2 was good this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our destination airport. Please remain seated until the captain has
Flaps
switched
up.
on the fasten seatbelt sign.
Head over this way. Again, welcome to JFK. Alright, let's see here what's on the next one. Besides turning radar to standby. Okay, full left looks clear. All right, so we looking to get really over to Terminal 2. Could, you know what, let's take Alpha. Actually, part of me just says park straight ahead. All right, I just might park in the international terminal just for the heck of it. But folks, I hope you enjoyed the ride here to JFK. And the go around, 2-hour, 10-minute flight. Taken care of.
After landing checklist.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Body gear steering.
Hold on. Arm.
Outer brakes.
Off.
Ignition.
Off.
Engine and wing NDI. Parts of trim.
7 units.
Outflow valves. Open. Pressurization mode selector. Manual. Aft cargo heat. Off. APU. Check. Checklist completed.
All right, folks. Yeah, just fun time here in the flying with Mike cast. but it will do as a pointless thing. All right, let's get that AP. Get All right, hang on a second here, folks.
Cockpit to ground. Put the chocks on. Chocks are on.
AP. Not so. All right, we can kill the engines now. Just about X-Plane. There we go. All right, so they're shut down. Let's get up here. These got to go to plane. All right, folks.
Cockpit to ground. Connect ground power.
All right, let's
Ground power connected.
okay, everything is shut down here. Got an engine on? It all? Second here, folks. Oh no, they're cooling down. Okay. Wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. All right, folks. Let's take a quick look here. into block time of all right, got my times for that. And let's see what we did here, shall we? Like to use Sim Toolkit for that real quick here, folks. 290 feet a minute, we'll take it. Including the go around. All right. Finishing the flight. A little deeper dive into it. Okay, we'll go to that flight. Few details. I said forward. Thank you. Already liking what I see, folks. All right. Make sure everything's visible. It is. Okay, good. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but I did. So Sim Toolkit is a free utility, folks. This is going to show you your landing data. So I was very close to being on my ideal track-in pitch. I mean, we landed at 144, which is slightly fast, but looking at the picture here, folks, looks outstanding. Touchdown-wise. Because the pilot isn't going to get all of this information in the cockpit. All he wants to know is, did I land in the landing zone? Landing zone here is this hash mark to the threshold. Each of these are 500 feet down, and as you can tell, 1,227 feet, and I was off by 12 feet on the center line. So folks, that is a really good landing at 290 feet a minute. I did not see, did anyone else put a bid in it? Looks like I was the only one. That is awesome. All right, so folks, we are on the ground here. We are going to call it for a night. All the stuff going on in the house, it's probably best I do that. Hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Hopefully I'll be able to come back up Tuesday. We'll do some more flying. For now, y'all have a great weekend, and we'll talk with you later.